Good evening, Dog Handler Academy. I just got back from working at my facility, and as I was leaving, actually, let me premise it back this way. I had a mobile vet come, and I also trained service dogs, and she was doing spays and neuters for me and doing some vaccinations. And while she was there, one of my staffers is going to school to be a vet, and he was, watching and shadowing and asking questions, and the vet was doing a great job, like really talking to him and explaining to him everything. And one of the questions he had for her is, are you ever afraid of like negative reviews on social media, or doing things or giving advice and then having it like blow up on the internet or whatever? And she turned and looked at him and she goes, I'm too old to give a shit. And I was like, truth, right? She actually is retiring next year. She's been a practicing vet for 40 years. And she said, your first year or two when you first start out, absolutely you're concerned about that. You are always trying to appease people, because you're building your business, you're building your practice. She goes, after that second year, I've had enough great clients. If somebody wants to bash me, I'll have 30 to 50 people backing me up for that one person that wants to say something negative. And she goes, and it's happened. She goes, I've been turned into the Department of Ag and the Veterinary Council before for things that people believed I did to their pet. And I've defended myself, and life has gone on. She goes, you have to know that you are doing the best for what you're capable of. And she goes, and that means learning to say no to certain things that you are above and beyond your capability. She goes, and at the same time, it's letting people know that you won't be bullied. You will not be coerced into refunding their money because they don't feel you did a great job. You're providing a service. And as she's explaining this to him, I'm sitting back and going, that is so like us, right? Like we're providing a service to our clients. So things wrap up. I check in with our front desk, and there's a note that there's a client that demands that I call them because my staff and I have been lying to them, and their dogs have canine cough, and I need to refund their stay or she's going to slaughter me on social media. Okay. So when their dogs left, she called the next day and said they have diarrhea. No notes of diarrhea while they were with us. They were solo dogs, so no group play, because they were intact, 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, if I recall. And so I said, it's more than likely stress-induced. Withhold a meal, contact your vet. Pumpkin is a great resource. So was trying to give her tips, and her comment was, you're accepting no responsibility for this, so I will use somebody else next time. Great. Have a nice day. She'd used us once before, by the way, back in February. And I explained to her that, we are busier now. The suites have more dogs in them, so it might just be louder and more uncomfortable. And so now tonight's phone call is that we're all lying to her, and that somehow diarrhea and canine cough, the two meet up, and I'm lying. So a couple things. Document. Making sure that clients are signing your agreements, because they have to sign that. That by far saves you a lot of crap, because you've outlined in your agreements about canine cough and about giardia and coccidia and all those different things that their dog could potentially, become inflicted with. The second piece to that is when we had canine cough, and we still have a few cases, don't get me wrong, but when canine cough hit, we knew we had it. We sent out a email to all of our clients, current, 2 weeks previous, and 30 days going forward, letting them know that we do have cases of canine cough, and that if they wanted to cancel their reservation, they could with no cancellation fee involved. Absolutely understandable. If you have a dog that has issues and you feel it wouldn't be healthy for them to potentially be around dogs that may or may not have canine cough? Absolutely. I would want to know. So that email went out. It has now been documented. The email went out, and she read said email, and we have a date and time stamp. So now when I call her tomorrow, because I'm not going to call her tonight, she's pissed off. There's not going to be a conversation. I've left for the night. I'm not going to go out of my way to communicate with somebody who is threatening with me. So I will call her tomorrow morning, and I will remind her of the email we sent out, that she still boarded her pets with us, knowing that there was a risk, and back it up with all the notifications that we have on our door, on our front desk, and and the sheet that we sent home with her and her pets when they left our facility. We had a little canine cough sheet attached to that as well. So I will not be refunding her stay. I've already gone in and blocked her on all of my social medias, so she can no longer view anything. I've marked her account inactive and made notes in there that she is no longer to use our facility because she threatens us. And I'm going to move on, honestly. At some point, somebody's got to blame somebody, right? So she wants to blame us that her dog caught canine cough. Totally get it. What we do, and this is something I recommend, in fact, Merck, who makes the vaccine, recommends this, that you tell people to contact their vet and find out what manufacturer was the one that belonged to the canine cough that their dog had. So I think there's only 3, to be honest. But anywho, that they should find out who the manufacturer was of the vaccine, and they need to reach out to said manufacturer and let them know their vaccine failed to protect their dog from catching canine cough first. Secondly, ask the manufacturer if they will cover veterinary costs. Merck has said they will pay for a culture and treatment. So that is why we recommend that. Because at the end of the day, it's not our fault their dog caught canine cough. We can only do so much. It's not the veterinarian's fault that the dog caught canine cough, although the vets could do a better job of explaining the vaccine when they give it, or give a handout. At the end of the day, it comes down to a vaccine that people were led to believe gave their dogs 100% immunity. And it doesn't. So if an individual feels the need to be mad at somebody, we deflect it to the manufacturers, right? We offered their dog a great place to come and play or spend the night. It was not of our doing. We didn't purposely do this to their pet. So by deflecting it to the manufacturer, it allows them to be mad at big pharma, the big corporations, not the small mom and pops that are doing the best they can with what they have in front of them. Not the veterinarians who also are overworked and are doing the best they can for what they have in front of them. So 3 folds. 1, don't let somebody bully you. Don't let somebody hold it over you. I pay a lot of vet bills. I have no problem paying vet bills. However, I will not be threatened, and I will not be manipulated into doing something for somebody. Number 2, for every person that says something negative, you got 30 or 50 people to back you up, right? That's important. You have a tribe of clients that you have treated well and who love you dearly. So don't ever think that you don't have people in your corner. 3, documentation. Always make sure they have the signed contract. Always make sure that you have a way to track any communication with that client. So I've got the date and time stamp that she opened up the email that we sent telling her that canine cough was a possibility if her animals stayed with us. Those are just really key things. And then the 4th, don't respond when you're emotional. I'm emotional today. I just had 3 dogs spayed and neutered. I got to bring them home, take care of them. I am not in the right frame of mind to call this woman back and to have a heated conversation. And she's pissed right now, so I don't want to call her because she's not going to hear a word I say anyways. So I'm going to call her in the morning. She already knows that I'm not on site and more than likely not going to call her. So I will reach out to her in the morning, and I will be calm, cool, collected. This will be the tone of my voice. It will not waver. And we will just continue our day-to-day business. So just wanted to offer you some advice based on how kind of my day went, and thought I would share that for you. So hopefully it helps you out. If nothing else, just gives you a little moment to take it all in, right? All right, everybody, take care.